Right, 24th day. Here we go. Don't know how I feel this morning really. I had a night of 1,000 dreams last night. But I must have slept at some point, alright, I guess. Anyway, it was a quick getaway this morning. The wind had dropped, so the midges were out in force, so it was breakfast, tent away as quickly as possible. And of course, a revised plan today. I didn't stay at the campsite at Kinlochewe last night to push a bit further on. But I do know I'm booked in at Ullapool in 2 days, so that's good to know. Today then, so the plan was originally to get to Shenevale, but I might try and push on a bit further than Shenevale, and then that'll make tomorrow shorter and I can get to Ullapool a bit earlier. So I know to start off with, should have a nice walk here up past the heights of Kinlochewe to Lochan Fada, where I've been before. Really lovely loch. I'm looking forward to seeing that again. Then a bit of a pass over the top and down to another glen that I'll tell you about when I get there. So yeah, we'll see, be guided by the weather a bit as well, but if we can, maybe try and get past Shenevale. That's the plan. Well, I'm sat here having my second breakfast at Lochan Fada. Just as I remembered it 20 years ago. Is there a more beautiful place than this in Scotland? I can't think of one at the moment. It is absolutely glorious. What a place this is. When people ask me why I do this, it's for moments like this. Because I feel a tremendous sense of peace and calm. I don't mean just externally, internally as well. Completely not an ounce of stress at all through my whole body. It's quite difficult to describe. You know, we talk about well-being, but it's that sense of well-being. And everything being okay, you know, family, friends, life, death. You know, moments like this, it's just, yeah, just a great feeling of calmness. Just descending down some pretty rough ground now. Ahead of me, I've got the east ridge of a mountain we called Mully because we couldn't pronounce the name of it when we did it with some friends. Not my clue. Corrie Hallie. Anyway, yeah. That was quite an interesting little scrambly bit. So I'm crossing rough ground underneath it. Try not to fall into a bog. Well, I can tell where I'm going, but I've certainly lost the path at the minute. Oh gosh, whoops, that was nearly end of trip there. What do they say about filming and walking at the same time? Anyway, whoop. heading down there. Let's see if I don't break my neck first. Well, a little bit of a rougher section, that bit. I'm lucky today that I'm crossing it when it's fairly dry. I would imagine if there's been a lot of rain, that'd be quite a mucky section. Anyway, at the top of this little Bealach, so heading down into a glen that I know, which is absolutely lovely. Unfortunately though, I think I've got a bit of rain that's imminent. Weather's definitely closing a bit, but let's try and get down here as far as I can before that rain arrives. Right, that drizzler's properly set in now. Let's hope it passes as quickly as it started. So last time I was here, in this glen, I was doing one of my last Munros. I think I had maybe 5 to do by then, Skerban, which is to my left. And as I came down it, I came down a different route, and I came down by these slabs. Just don't know if you can see it in the rain. But on those slabs was the most amazing water course, and I followed it down for, I don't know, certainly maybe 500 metres or so. Absolutely beautiful. I said at the time, you know, if that was in the middle of the Lake District, you'd have thousands of people going to see it. But here, stuck in the middle of nowhere, probably rarely gets seen. But absolutely stunning. That day also, the reason I came down off this side of the mountain was I wanted to do a bit of recce of this part of the Cape Wrath Trail, because it just got into my head then that I might do the Cape Wrath Trail. And who'd have thought it, 2 years later, I'm doing the Scottish National Trail. Here I am. Right, I've already had enough of this rain. It's only been raining 10 minutes, I've had enough. Come on. Where's that sunshine? Well, that was a nice hefty rain shower for an hour and a half. Just to keep me reminded what Scotland's usually like. But anyway, it looks to be clearing a bit now. Clouds lifted again. So down this very nice glen. Probably got, I don't know, an hour and a half, maybe to Shenevale from here. But at some point I'm going to stop and have a brew. Who knows, maybe the sun will come out and let's have a brew in the sunshine. That might be a bit optimistic. It's a really great walk this, down to Shenevale, along this glen. The river's absolutely beautiful, the mountains are fantastic, and some lovely little bits of natural forest as well. Unfortunately, I think I'm about to get eaten by the weather again, whoops, rather than by the midges. Looks like there's a bit of a shower coming down the glen, which I think may get to me before I get to Shenevale. So maybe press on, try and beat the shower, but I doubt I'm going to do it. So I've reached Shenavall Bothy, which is shut from today. Great, isn't it, for stalking season? But what an amazing setting it's in. Just glorious. Yeah, weather's definitely closing again a bit. I think what I'm going to do is probably have a brew here. Have a bit of a rest and then push on. Camp a bit further on. Unless the weather turns really bad, in which case I might just pitch up here. Well, I've come up pretty steeply there from the Bothy, Shenevale, but it's absolutely breathless. There's not a breath of wind. Where am I going to camp today? I have no idea. Because as soon as I stop, because there's no wind, the midges will be all over me, so in search of wind. There's the thing. So that was pretty well timed. Managed just to get the tent up there before a pretty hefty shower came over. This is a site I've used before. Used it on a trip here to get up and away from the midges actually in the middle of summer. But it's there's certainly not very much opportunity, should we say, with the ground around here. So it's just up on a little hilltop. But it is in a pretty wild setting. Got An Teallach here behind, sort of cloud brooding away over it. But it looks like there's a few more hefty showers on the way, so I think I'm going to get hunkered down. My sleeping bag out pretty quickly. It's always a nice feeling when you get in your tent before the rain comes. Everything's dry and it's now been lashing it down outside. So yeah, that's a relief. So what a day of harvest. First half was lovely and sunny, well, some sunshine. Second half it's pretty much been raining. But anyway, I'm in here, I'm dry, and tomorrow it's to Ullapool and the cosy delights of Ullapool. Right, sleep. Well, what a night that turned out to be. Breathless to start off with, completely calm because it was raining. Then in the middle of the night, maybe, I don't know, 11, 12 o'clock, I woke up and the tent was absolutely shaking. So I don't know, a little depression must have come through or something. So the tent was shaking like mad, absolutely hammering it with rain. And I was thinking, crikey, did I put those pegs in properly? Because I did put the tent up quickly. So I was a bit worried for a few minutes, and then actually no, the tent was brilliant. So it took perfectly fine, because I'm up on a bit of a ridge here as well, a bit of an exposed ridge. And as quickly as the wind came, it went again, and it's been relatively calm for the rest of the night, although it did turn really cold. It's been by far the coldest night. I had to put this jacket on in the middle of the night. It's easily the coldest night. But I'm just about packed up, ready to go, and heading off to Ullapool today. Ullapool for some more food and for a much needed shower. So not a bad camp spot, is it? Sat underneath An Teallach. Beautiful spot. I'm having a nice gentle amble down to the glen. It's just nice to get everything warmed up again. Circulation's going, so feeling very chill. It's that word zen. Anyway, so I had a bit of bad news yesterday. A fellow Cape Wrath trekker told me that the good old Ministry of Defence are bombing the heck out of the place from September the 20th to the end of the month. And when I first heard the news, like, oh crikey, it's a disaster, right, can I get there? And to do that I'd have had to get to Sandwood Bay in 4 days, just not happening. So I felt a bit fed up, but you know what, after mulling it over a bit, I've always said that there's no point stressing about things in your life that are not in your control. And here's a perfect example. There's nothing I can do about it, it's nothing going to change. And I've ummed and ahed. I can't hang around for 7 days or so, or 8 days or so, you know, waiting for them to finish bombing the place. So I think I'm deciding that I'm going to finish at Sandwood Bay. And actually, you know what? Sandwood Bay is a nice place to finish. Yeah, it's somewhere I've always wanted to go. I've seen plenty of pictures of it and stuff, but it's a place that's always been on my bucket list, if you like. So it'd be a really nice place to finish. And at some point, I'll come back and I'll walk those last 7 miles or so to Cape Wrath. So I'm going to double check when I get to Ullapool, and obviously can check on the website and stuff and just make sure that's the situation. But if not, that'll be my change of plan. And you know what, I'm okay with it. So, past Corrie Hallie on the road in the glen, turned off. Pretty steep wooded section, well, pretty steep section up through some woods, but some nice views opening up of An Teallach behind. And now, just crossing some moorland, gradually rising I think. And the more I rise, the more horizon should become visible, but it's in the sun, there's a little bit of breeze, fabulous. Oh, it's quite a pull up there, but very enjoyable. Right, next, I think I've just got to traverse around a bit now, and then apparently a very steep downhill bit, which I'm not looking forward to at all. Ooh, steep downhill, no. Don't like that. I'm just having a couple of minutes here from this great little viewpoint on the descent, so you can see Loch Broom. Then right at the bottom of the valley is a little churchyard, and there's this pan a bit further down. I can see all the hills of the Ben Gerard group. Great little spot this. Yep, that was certainly quite a steep descent off that hill. But legs and knees are intact. And so heading for Inverlael down this road. Look at these trees are amazing. Wow. Okay then, end of day 25. I'm at Ullapool, in the campsite at Ullapool. I've got a nice pitch here by the, call it estuary, loch, sea loch? Yeah, sea loch. I've got restocked with food, got my shower done, got some laundry done. Going to be joined tomorrow by my good friend Toby. He is going to do the last a few days of sandwood with me, and yeah, ready to look forward to the last bit. This last section for Augustus to here, definitely been a step up in terms of demand. The Cape Wrath Trail, it is more difficult. The ground's more unforgiving and the terrain, but wow, some amazing highlights on that section. So hopefully the next 5 days will be just as rewarding. So as per usual, turning in, getting some sleep, ready to go again in the morning.